Welcome to Trigger Tarot. This is going to be your reading for April, the end of the half of April, end of the half of April. Does that sound right? I think that sounds about right, right? Yeah, that sounds about right. So anyways, this is going to be for Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius, although this particular reading right here is going to be for Libra. So Libra is September 23rd through October 22nd. And so what do we got today? Well, we got a lot. So I am excuse me, I am incorporating more cards in here because, you know, I was going to do Old Maid, but today I just felt like Crazy Eights was the best way to go. I found this pack. You know, you just go to a store and you find this gigantic pack. I was looking for Old Maid cards and the Goldfish cards, and I found them, and they're in this very they have this kind of look to them. So anyways, I got Mercury there and I got Mars. So if I need to like figure out like a particular planet or something, then I can go right here and I've got it. So that's awesome. You know, it's pretty cool.
It's almost 9 o'clock. We've got to go to work.
So the Blues Brothers are telling me to go to work, so I think we're going to have to do that. I'm sorry for all the interruptions. We'll get into it. Libra, I know you're all about balance, and so far I have not been doing my justice with that, have I? I do sincerely apologize, but so what I want to do first, like I've done before, is I want to go and ring the bell so Lady Luck can, you know, kind of help us out here. And this will probably give us, you know, a good lead as far as what's going on, especially, you know, with the way the world is right now. This will probably help us out a lot. So let's go ahead and
Bring out Janet!
So, okay. So I feel a little better. I hope you do too. We'll see what happens. Lady Luck is going to help me out with these readings here, Libra. So I know you've been itching and scratching, and hopefully you're not turning into a zombie. But, I mean, it could be other things, too. Maybe you should have some honey. Honey is very good for allergy things. All right. So, anyways, let's go ahead and let's do some cards here. And let's pull them out. So, what I've been doing so far is all this kind of stuff. And so what do we got today? We've got the cards, which are all the tarot cards. So I'm going to just see what the random card is for tonight. So what I'm going to do, I did a whole big reading the last time, and it just took so long, and I liked doing it. It was fun, but it was a lot of time and effort. So I'm going to just cut this down into 4 segments, you know. So we're going to do tonight is Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and the last 3 I'll do on another night. But what we're going to do tonight is this. Welcome to Trigger Tarot. I'm a bit of an amateur at this, so please don't get on me too hard. I mean, you can get on me a little hard, but not too hard. You know, just maybe, since you're Libra, maybe balance a little bit. Like if you're like this hard on me, maybe pull it back a notch, try to balance it out. Like you know, we don't want to, you know, it's like a ship. Don't list the ship to one side, because then you sink. But if you keep balanced, then you float on the water, you know, and you're like an aqua creature just going, you know, floating all over the place. Anyways, let's get a card. So that's the general card for tonight, which is terrible. Sorry. You know what? I shouldn't swear. I apologize. I won't do that anymore. But that sucks. So anyways, that's a general card for tonight. And we will continue here. So anyways, let's shuffle all the cards, and we'll see what happens to Libra. Are you gonna fall in love? Are you gonna, you know, probably get pierced by all the swords and die? Are you gonna meet a zombie? Are you gonna Well, sit at home and watch TV the rest of your life? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Lady Luck has to say. So I've shuffled this like a bazillion times beforehand. I just figured let's just go with it. And we're probably pretty good to go. So what we're going to do here is that this is going to be the U card. We're going to have an over-under in the middle. We're going to have an other card. And we're also going to have a risk card here, which is why the risk cards are right there. See the little risk cards right there? See that? See that? Yeah, the risk cards are right there. So basically, there are the risk cards there, the secret mission cards there, crazy eights here. If I need something from crazy eights, I'm going to do it. Uno cards too. Also, I have this here, which you probably didn't see beforehand. And this is going to be, in case I need to pull a card. I'm not going to pull the top card because I already know what the hell it is. Waterworks, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and randomly move through it in case I need to do something with Monopoly as far as a place card and a money card. I also have a couple houses and hotels there. I'll just randomly, put that down there in case, you might get something out of it too. So I also have this here too. I've got a lot of stuff here. So I think I'm pretty well equipped and armed to do this right. So we're very well armed to go into this and no worries. I could get this completely wrong, but I think I could get it completely right. Considering I'm an amateur, and I feel pretty confident, we're going to go ahead with this. So right here, if I point to the sign of Libra, I can get, boom, right there. Look at that. You are that sign, Libra. And if you didn't know you're that sign, well, I'm pointing to it right now. So look at it. Look at it, Libra. Freaking look at it. Okay, I'm being a little harsh. I'll stop. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't mean to be harsh. I'm just amped up. I'm ready to go. I hope you are too. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm trying to be very nice. And let's go ahead and see what's ahead in your future here. Let's see what happens. It could be something really good. I mean, it could be pretty bad too, but it could be pretty good. So let's go ahead and look and see what possibilities there are. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a random card for your over-under here. We're going to pull, actually I think this one right here is the one that I need to pull. Let's see what that one is. Ooh, I've never pulled up this card before, and it's probably because it's the second time I've actually used this deck. So that could be why. I don't know, but either way, this is the Ace of Pentacles. So what does the Ace of Pentacles entail? Well, literally, it entails an ace and a pentacle. And yeah, that's kind of about it. I mean, if the damn camera would focus in a little bit, well, there's a hand, there's a pentacle, there's little lilies there with a little rose garden, and there's some mountains in the back. So you are on top of a mountainy terrain. If you're seeing the peaks of the mountains through the hole there, that literally means that you're not in a valley, you're on top of a plateau or a mountain looking towards that. And there's, I think, rose garden, some rose vines or whatever growing up there, and some lilies and tulips and a little road and a little cloud with a hand coming out going, hey, look at this thingy over here. And you're like, yeah, that's cool. All right, so that's the over-under. Let's get a card here. This is the U card. That's the Waterworks card. Never mind that. I know it moved, but don't worry about it. This is the other card. This is your risk card, and this is your secret mission card. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to put these cards over here. Maybe I'll put them over here so you're like, what are you doing over there, bro? I'm not doing anything. I'm just I don't, table's so small. I wish I had a bigger table. All right, so Ace of Wands. You know what? Actually, I feel like this is supposed to be this way. Really? Just because of this like good sights of Libra. Things are looking pretty good for you. So what does this kind of mean here? You got Ace of Pentacles here. You got a guy holding something from freaking nowhere, and you got an Ace of Wands holding another thing from freaking nowhere. Like, hey, look at this. Hey, look at that. And you're like, what does this mean? I don't know. There's a stick and a circle. So what does a stick and a circle typically represent? Well, stick in a circle typically represents an older game that old boomers used to play. You know, I know people are like, boomers? What are boomers? Well, if you don't know what a boomer is, let me explain this to you. A boomer is a really, really old person. And, you know, they went through life and they lived at a certain age. They're born at a certain age. Sorry, my tummy is rumbling. I probably should eat something right now. But anyways, they were born at a certain age. And they used to play this game called Stick and Circle, or Stick and Wheel, or Stick and, I don't know what the hell they called it, but it was something like that. And they used to take a stick and roll a wheel with it, you know, along the road. And after a certain point of time, they just got tired of doing it and they just stopped because it was a dumb game. And so it has something to do with the past. And so what we're looking at here is the past. So if we're trying to clarify the past here, typically for this card for you, I'm going to go with community chest or chance. And I know this sounds really weird, but typically for you, I want to go with chance because, well, this, well, obviously has to deal with you, but we're thinking about the past, the old fogies, you know, pushing around a circle with a stick. And so what I want to probably do is move to community chest here and get the community chest card. So we'll pull that. Oh, oops. I accidentally pulled too many. Oh, you know, maybe I was supposed to pull this one too. Let's pull them both and see what happens here. All right, so what does it say here? Advance to go, collect $200. Whoa, that is awesome. Okay, so that one, I think that one goes with the wands. Oh my God, look at that. Get out of jail free? You gotta be kidding me. Okay, so this is what this means here. You're playing an old game with a bunch of older people. You know, they could be your elders, they could be in a nursing home, they could be people that you know, just a lot of boomers, a lot of old, very, very old people. And I want to say you're playing Monopoly, but you're really not. What you're playing is this right here, right? Okay, so Libra, this is what's going on. You're going to advance go collect $200, and you're going to make a big, big bank on this. These are like amazing cards. Actually, Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles are big, big cards. So this both on the top, I was like, usually I shouldn't pick two cards, but the other one just popped out. I wasn't trying to. I'm pretty good at picking up cards. I'm serious. I kind of am. But here's the kicker. So you got Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles. This has to do with the over-under. So this is like negative, positive, negative, positive. Well, this looks kind of positive. This looks very positive. So I was like, this got to be positive, right? So here's the thing. You're going to, if you pass go, you collect $200, right? So you've already done this before. You've already made money this way. You're going to make money on it again. You're going to get out of jail free card too. So whatever could have like a kind of ramification for it, like, I don't know if I should do it. I don't know if somebody else has already tried this before. You get a get out of jail free card, man or woman or whatever. You get a get out of jail free card. So you were just like, yeah, bam, I'm gone. I can do whatever I want here and I'm cool. It's not going to affect me. Now, don't take that too personally, but this could literally mean what I'm seeing with this old game, stick and circle, right? Is that you have there is an old idea that you're resurfacing that's been done before multiple times, and you're going to get out of jail free card to do this again. So you're going to be able to do this, what was done before, maybe in a new current way that was done in the past. You can actually make a profit off that. This is a lot of big stuff. I need to pull some money out here and see what happens. So I'm going to close my eyes. I'm just going to pull out some cash and see what happens there. I need to... No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. Maybe. Maybe a little. Maybe that. And do one of these. Okay. So what that means is that you make $11 out of it. That's pretty cool. You made $11. Now I know that it's like current age and you're like, well, $11 isn't all that much. This could be like exemplified by 10 or by 100 or probably like 100. But yeah, you actually made some money off of this little endeavor. And because you had this old idea that you basically retrofitted into modern society, and you're like, hey, check this out. Nobody really suspected it came from the past, but you did it. And you made some cash off that. It was like $11 there, which could be a lot more because Monopoly money, let's just be honest. It's most of that money isn't all that much compared to what we have now, right? So you actually made some cash off that. So that's cool. So this I know it's we haven't like finished this whole thing here, but let's go ahead. So anyways, yeah, I want to pull this up this way too. So what do we got? We got a Knight of Wands. So look at that knight, right? It's a Knight of Wands, or it's a 6, or it's a dude on it. No, it's not the Knight of Wands. It's just a guy on a horse. It looks like he's on a horse. I kept thinking it was a Knight of Wands, but it's not. It would say the Knight of Wands. It just says 6. So it's a copycat. Ooh, it's a copycat of the Knight of Wands because it's I mean, it kind of looks like a nobleman on a horse. I mean, obviously knights on horses don't always wear armor. Let's just be honest. You've seen too many freaking movies if you think that's true. But here's the thing. He's on a horse. He's with other people. They're holding wands. This looks like a victory circle kind of thing. Maybe it's a victory celebration with knights, but the card almost represents to me, as far as this goes, is like a mimic, or like he's mimicking the Knight of Wands. So he's mimicking the victory here 6 times, or at least 6, right? Because this is 1, this is 1, this is all, you know, you could add this up to be even and all that, but this is really just a 6 of Wands here. So this is your other person that's kind of seeing this. So there is another person that's kind of feigning victory with you. He's sort of a doppelganger or a clone, or, well, he's definitely not a zombie. You know, we can rule that out completely. Let's just rule out all zombies for this reading, okay? But this is definitely somebody else in your life that wants to partake a part of this. This is like a victory celebration here. So there's a 1 there. There's a 1 there, right? She. So let's see what the crazy 8 says, because I'm like thinking should probably like pull the crazy 8s here, and we'll see who it is based upon your shine or whatever. Okay, Jupiter or Jupiter or Jupiter. Okay, so Jupiter, number 5. So that's 1 less than 6. Adding it up, you get the 6. Don't worry about that one. So what do we got? We got Jupiter here, and yeah, it has something to do with Jupiter. Jupiter is the, well, if we're looking at Sumerian stuff, that's kind of the Enlil god, the lion card, or the lion and all that. Jupiter is another, well, it's called a planet. I've been looking at some other stuff, and I've been wondering if we've had 3 suns and one of them goes dead, or 2 of them go dead, and one of them comes to life, and it keeps rotating. I've been wondering about that. Maybe there's something to that, though. But I don't know about that. Either way, that's a whole nother topic. Just disregard what I had to say about that, Libra, at least for now. I mean, if you want to look into it, go ahead. But what this means is that this other significant person is associated with Jupiter somehow. So either they're orange, or they're gaseous, or they fart a lot. I don't know, but it's something to do with Jupiter. It's got something in there. I don't know. It's whatever you can figure out. You can figure it out, but I'll leave you to it. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wands, and then this one person's holding the extra one for 6, and there's 5 there. So that could be in that maybe you're this person, and this other person's holding all the 5 wands, and they're next to you. They're celebrating with you, but this is kind of a cloned thing of these 2 celebrations here, so that's pretty good. So anyways, I lost track of what I was doing. Wait, what are we doing? Oh yeah. All right, so we are looking at Libra, and wherever that is on the screen, if you can find it. Let's do... This is really weird. I'm trying this new thing. There it is. So anyways, let us go on to your risk card here, or your journey card. So let's pull this over, and you well, what this says is everybody found out what you did, and it hurt a lot. So you're feeling embarrassed. You're feeling all tied up. You know, it's really weird how they draw this card. Like, you know how Justice is blind and all that? But they draw her like she's wearing yellow, but she's gotten kind of bloody. So you got embarrassed. You got tied up. And there's 8 swords there that are holding you back, right? So these 8 swords are holding you back. So what do you do? What do you do? How do you deal with these 8 swords holding you back? I don't think I want to pick an Uno card here, but I think we do have to go with a risk card here. Let's pull a risk card and see what it has to say. So it has to do with something with Russia. So apparently, maybe those Russian bots had something to do with it. Although I don't think they're really real. I think it was just a scam, just a made-up thing, just to create more hype. And anyways, yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with... Well, it could have something to do with Russia. Maybe you were communicating with somebody from Russia, and you told them, like, hey, man, I had all this endeavor and stuff, and my partner's happy for me, and blah, blah, blah. And this Russian partner goes and just completely embarrasses you, right? And you feel like you're all tied up. You don't know what to do. You're feeling like you're tied up because Russia, Mother Russia, came in here and, just they just made you feel bad. So if you're not set on talking a lingo, I don't know what to say. Maybe you can't communicate with them right now because you're kind of like bound, not necessarily foot, but you're bound with your hands, you're bound with your eyes. So the whole saying, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Well, you just can't see the evil, but you can hear the evil and you can speak to the evil. But that's all I can really say for that. I don't know what else to say. It has something to do with Russia. Your partner's celebrating with you. He has an association with Jupiter, so I don't know if it's like, this person's full of hot air because it's Jupiter. Maybe he's full of hot air and he's bolstering this idea, and somehow either you told the person in Russia or he did, or he or she did, and it got out to Russia, and then the person in Russia made you feel kind of sad. So that's kind of what I get off of that. I mean, you could let me know. I don't know if that worked or not, but I mean, let me know, I guess. Yeah, go ahead. Anyways, let's go on here, and we will go to your risk. Not your risk card, sorry. Jeez, what am I saying? Your outcome card. So let's look at that. Ooh, look at that. You are... Damn it, camera, focus. That's too close. You are the Empress. I wish my camera would like think a little bit clearly, a little bit quicker. It's kind of... I need a new camera. But anyways, you got the Empress card here, and that is the female sign of, I think it's Venus, right? Right there. So it's just the female sign with the heart. Either ways, so you got the Empress card here, right? So you're sitting pretty. You had the stuff happen, but you're still feeling happy. So what did that do? It was an embarrassing moment, but it wasn't anything too serious. So that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So what do we got to do here is we have to pick up a risk card, a secret mission card to see what your secret mission is, because you got all this to work, right? And really easy peasy lemon squeezy kind of stuff. You never had to really deal with anything too serious. Like everything just fell in your lap here, except for one little embarrassing moment. That's about it. Let's see what your secret mission is. So let's see. So what does it say? Conquer the continents of North America and Australia. So this is interesting. So your conquering of method for this has to do with North America and the Aussies. So you are going to be more successful doing this little antique project that you just pulled up out of nothing. It was this little game thing, you know, this little game project where you got it from, you know, a circle and a stick, just a very basic project, nothing serious, but it was a very old thing. Nobody's been doing it for a while. You recreated it, shared it with your friends, significant other, whoever. They're associated with Jupiter. They're gaseous, or they're like a part of, I don't know, Jupiter or something. And you got a little embarrassed. Something happened with Russia, but you're victorious. You're victorious. So even this little setback of this idea of feeling a little bit down because of all these freaking swords, you know, because she's like, oh no, oh no, oh no, you know, she's really like kind of afraid of all these swords here. It didn't matter. You became the Empress. So all that stuff, none of that mattered. You became the Empress. It all succeeded. So whatever your idea is, you got this little antique idea that nobody's been doing for a long time. Nobody really put any effort into. Go for it. You are just going to make a lot of money. You know, even if it's just like $11, it's still going to like, you know, move into like a higher state. So that 11 could multiply by 11, and that 11 could multiply by another 11. And then, okay, anyways, you get what I'm saying. So anyways, Libra, that was your reading for April, I'm doing this April 13th, so I'm going to try to get this out tomorrow. This is your reading for April 13th, 2020. Okay? So hopefully this is clear, and we'll get on to the next one, which is Scorpio. So Scorpios. I am also a Scorpio, and I will also attend to your reading to help you succeed in life where you failed so many times before, or maybe you succeeded, but maybe this time we'll have even more success. So, all right, Libra, you had an amazing reading. I hope you have a great day, night, evening, year, whatever. Come back the next month when I do this. I know this is a little late, but I'm just kind of getting started here, and I did my other reading like a couple days ago. So, you know, I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did and all that, and I will, you know, get back to it next month for that sort of stuff. So let's go on to Scorpio here. So maybe timestamp this if you want to. I will leave some other readers and all that down below that do professional readings versus my amateur reading, and you can check them out if you like them, and all that sort of stuff. So I put this away. This is actually really good, believe it or not. It's like a bunch of wands coming out of the air, you know. I mean, that's freaking amazing. So, okay. I'm going to put this away. I'm going to pause the video for half a second, and then I'm going to start it up for Scorpio. Scorpio!
Consult the Book of Armament.
All right, Scorpio. So what we got today is your tarot reading. So what I'm going to do with this, Scorpio, is I know that, maybe you're kind of new to this. I've just started myself too. So I hope you don't mind me being a bit of an amateur. I'm going to do my best. And if this is something that works, let me know. If not, well, I'm sorry, but take it or leave it. I don't care. So it's one of those things. Anyways, Scorpios, I am also Scorpio too. So I do think we are probably the best sign ever in existence. Sorry, Libra. I mean, you're pretty awesome too, but I'm being a little biased, and well, I hope you forgive me. But anyways, so what we got today is we're going to do a U card here, an over under in the middle, a other card there, your risk card, your journey card, and then your outcome card. So that's what we're going to do for this. And so, yeah, I'm a little biased. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe I shouldn't be. I don't know. Well, I'm not Libra, so I'm not as balanced. I guess I'm a little more. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Anyways, so let's pull this one out here, and this is the moon. So we are looking inside of ourselves. It's going to be like, it's going to be one or the other, right? It's going to flip really fast because this is the over-under. So over-under is kind of like how I feel this over-under card is this is a magnetic card. Over-under, I call it a over-under because I think magnetic. It's going to be a North Pole or a South Pole. One of the two things are going to happen. So we'll see what happens here. Let's pull more cards here. And we've got Death in Reverse. That's a good card to start. I'm also going to pull these other cards here too. Drop everything in the process. And well, hopefully this will work out. So we've got this other card here. We've got this other card here. We've got this other card here. Like I said, they were. We'll turn them the right way, how we need them to be. But what do we got here? We've got this over-under card of the moon with death in reverse. So what is that? What could that potentially mean? So what I typically do with this reading and stuff is I go either community chest or I go chance. And then I just kind of get some ideas based upon that. If we need more cards, I might pick an Uno card here. But I try to save the I'm going to save crazy eights for your other card because, crazy and your other crazy other. I mean, your other could be crazy, right? So if your other is crazy, it makes sense. But if your other is not there, we could pick an Uno card because you're single, right? So I think that makes sense with that. I'm going to put the deck over here because it's freaking in the way. So what do we got here? We got this over-under, a couple of dogs. I never looked at what's in the center here. I always thought it was like a snake or something, but it's actually a road. So what we're looking at here is this is the strangest drawing ever. Like there is no stranger drawing than this. There's a crappy looking tower on the right side. A moon that's looking down angrily at a couple dogs that are barking at it. And there's a freaking lobster in the freaking picture too. What does that even mean? I don't freaking know. It's something though, but it's weird. You do have another tower on this side too, but it's just like in between the two towers is an angry moon and a bunch of dogs and go woof 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 woof. And then there's a little lobster is like, I want to woof too, but I can't because I'm a freaking lobster. I'm a lobster. I can't woof like the other ones can't. So it's really weird. I don't know what to say about that. It's just really weird. But anyways, let's go on with this. Let's try to make some sense of this. So what we got is death in reverse, Scorpios, death, forward, backwards, whatever for Scorpio. It doesn't matter. It's like it's an awesome thing, whatever it is. So I think that what I'm getting out of this is that the introspective, especially with being a little backwards, I'm thinking your Scorpios are introspective right now, is actually propelling you forward. Death is like the ending, but the other side of the ending is the beginning, right? So the ending is really just the start and stop. You know, it's like when you're playing music, you just hit start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. That's all it is, just a breaker, you know, from a new song to a new song, you know. And it really, like, you're looking at backwards and you're looking at this old bag of bones sitting on this pretty horse here. He's just looking at you like, why are you looking at me, bro? You know, he's just looking at it like that. Like he's, what is he saying? I wish you could see him. I wish you could see him. He's like right there. He's like, yeah, I see you too. You know, that's how he is. He's like, I see you too. Why are you looking at me? Alan's going, you know what's really cool? Look at this. Do you see that little dragon in the water? Do you see the dragon in the water on the right? Do you see that dragon? Little teeth there. Little teeth there. And the eye. Do you see that little dragon in there? Do you see that? Do you see it? Do you see the freaking dragon? Wow. Okay, I gotta blow some fire on there with my dragon. Like, you know what? That's pretty cool. I like that. I never noticed that before. Have you ever seen this dragon in here? Have you ever seen it? Because there's a freaking dragon if you look upside down. You know, I've got an uncle that's pretty famous for art. And he told me, you know, you're going to know if a painting's good or not. If you can turn it upside down, it looks good upside down. And I've been starting to realize that some things upside down actually show more than they're supposed to. There are secrets and messages upside down. So, I mean, to me, it looks like a dragon there. Looks like a little blue dragon, you know, munching on the horse's leg. But definitely, if you read, look at that. I mean, from a background perspective, it looks like there's a dragon there. How is that? Wow, I've never even thought about that. And that's like the third time I looked at that card. So I'm like, oh, you know. Anyways, so what does that have to do with anything? I don't know. It's got something to do with something. Let's pull I don't know. Let's pull a chance card here. Let's see what has to happen here. So, ooh, look at that. Advance to go. Collect $200. Man, you and Libra are having about the same kind of look here. This is awesome. This is awesome. So what this is telling me right here is that this death card with the little dragon here, this entrepreneurial, like dragons, it's not that they hoard the gold, it's that they've collected it. This is what I wanted to say for the longest time. I'm just going to talk about dragons for a bit. I'm going to rant for I don't know, half a minute. Let me just do it real quick, okay? Dragons, it's not that they're hoarding gold. It's that they've found a place to stay, and they're staying at that place. Unfortunately, most of the places that dragons are staying at are where people hid their gold, you know, thinking they were going to possibly die, or they might have to come back and get the gold and use it for some reason. And so the dragons are sitting on top of it like, well, nobody's here. I guess I'll just stay here. It's nice shiny coins. And then the people come back and they're like, there's a dragon. We need to kill it. It's stealing my gold. The dragon's like, what the fuck is going on here? And then it has to defend itself. So what's happening with this is that, like, you're looking inside yourself. There is a death in reverse. So there's introspective within yourself to move forward, and you're going to advance to go, which if you look at a Monopoly board, go means that you get to continue like this. If you have any idea what I'm talking about, you're amazing. If not, well, you might be a dum-dum. But let me try to break this down for you for a quick second here, okay? So let me try to get into this, and let me try to help you out here. Whether you're really smart or kind of a dum-dum, it's okay. I don't mind. You know, I appreciate anybody that comes here to watch this, because this is really, really hard. This takes a lot of energy and a lot of board game cards. So what we got here is you're looking inside yourself. Death in reverse, beginning, ending, beginning, ending. It's a switching, it's pulls. These are poles, right? Sun and moon, north and south, poles, beginning, ending, beginning, ending. Advance to go, collect $200, beginning, ending, 3 times. Do you see that? This is 3 times right there. So what that means is that you're looking into yourself and you are doing a massive shift within yourself to make money. How much money? It's like $200. It could be anything amount in there. I don't really know. This is very cryptic right now. This is super cryptic. I don't know what to say. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. I think this is really like in your head. So I was thinking about picking something from here, but I don't know how that's going to help. But this is something inside your head, and if you get this pole switched right, you do this major change, it's going to be a massive change, but it's mental, right? Because it's mostly the moon here, right? So let's go on. Let's check out what your other person has to say. So I think this has to be this way. So you've got the six of flower cups, or the 6 of cups, and you've got one guy that's looking at this little woman. He's offering her his cup. She's looking away. He's all red in the face. You know, if this was Japanese anime, he would sneeze blood, which maybe represents some of the redness on his face. Maybe he sneezed all the blood and it just splattered back onto him. And I mean, he could be a gnome, you know, because the gnomes are the red caps, and the red caps are very dangerous. But maybe he's not that. Maybe he is just, you know, really embarrassed. You know, he sneezed all the blood, and the girl. Oh wait, no, she's actually looking at him. Oh, look at this. If you look at her hair looks like she's got a little chicky face, and she's looking away. But if you look at her face, which now I'm seeing it, which well, I am a little colorblind, so maybe that's part of my problem. But she's actually looking at him. So if you look at the yellow and imagine it as a face, it almost looks like she's looking away from him, like, oh, I don't know. And if you look at the red face, you see her looking at him. And she's like, oh, that's beautiful. So this, I mean, I get, this is so weird. This is another bipolar thing right there. This is kind of like saying, well, this could turn out really well, or this could be kind of an embarrassing moment, but not for you, for them. So your introspective is kind of a back and forth thing that could be up or down, up or down, up or down, but it looks like it's a good thing. But here's the thing. Will it make them embarrassed? Yes. Will it make you embarrassed? Yes. So what this means right here, Scorpio, is I got to say right now, this is a love reading here. So this is a love reading right here. Oh, wow. That was a lot. That was a lot to talk about. So this is a love reading. So what I want to do for this little love reading here is I want to see, what does this mean? Is it portraying to me that she's got this little chicky face and she's embarrassed, or that she's got this red face of flush, full blood coming into her face, going, "Ooh, I really love you. I really, really love you." And is she gonna, like, I mean, it could be a guy, but is she gonna, like, really fall in love with you? I don't know. Let's see what happens here, Scorpio. So what I'm gonna do for this card here is I'm gonna roll some die. So we are gonna roll the die. Since you're offering the cup, right? You are the attacker, right? So she's a defender. I know that you got more blue in your outfit and all that, but typically if we're looking at risk rules, I have to kind of play like that. So let's see how this goes. Okay. So I'm gonna put hers down first. Actually, I'm gonna put them down here so you don't get the idea that I rolled it. All right, so we're gonna go like this. I'm gonna roll it the typical, like how I roll. So I'm gonna, because you got 2 3s and a 6. Perfect. Okay, so you need a high roll in risk to get it good, whatever. All right, so we're gonna see her roll here. Ooh, dude, or gal, or dudette, or People, check that out. This embarrassing moment comes to fruition. You beat her by 6 against her 4. So your strongest move beats her almost strongest move. And, oh, wait a second. That's actually evened out. So her secondary defensive move cancels out your second attack there. So it's kind of 1-1, which is interesting. I mean, I know that if you haven't played Risk before, this extra 3 doesn't count because it just matches the next to match. So I was thinking it was kind of a total win, but really looking at it, it's like your highest move does win, though. So it looks like you're kind of on top because this also shows that. So you have a slight advantage. You know, you have a slight advantage in this love aspect here. You do have a slight advantage. So maybe they feel embarrassed because of that slight advantage that you have. Maybe that could be the reason why. That could be the reason. We'll have to kind of see. So yeah, let's pull up. This is like a love thing. Let's pull up a crazy 8s thing, and we'll see what happens there. Got Neptune. Well, whatever that means, I guess that means that. So it could have something to do with Neptune, I guess. It could be. It's water, right? Neptune is about water. I think Neptune is for Poseidon, right? Isn't it? I think it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So you got 6, you're going up to 8, so there's a watery relationship between you two. 6 moves up to 8, so it's an upgrade, it's an increase. I think we rolled a 6 with a 4, so it was a 2 increase there. So there's a 2 increase here. So there are coincidences between this too. So what I think that means is that there's 2 of you, right? So there was 1 of you before. There's this whole shift back and forth, magnetism, bipolar magnetism between your conscious, like, should I not? It's like, do they love me? Do they love me not? Do they love me? Do they love me not? Take the leap, and you got this little guy advanced to go collect $200. You're making money. You're making progress. You're moving forward with your life. You're happy. And you're offering this cup to this little woman over here. And I mean, if you are a red cap, you are very small. So this woman could be very small. This woman could be tinier than a midget, maybe like the size, the height of a mouse. I don't know. But if you are a red cap dwarf or a gnome, I think it's a gnome, right? She's going to be smaller than you. So whatever your height is, just consider we're going from, I mean, there is 2 here. So she could be 2 feet shorter than you. So if you're only 3 feet tall, she's only going to be 1 foot tall. Or the guy's only going to be 1 foot tall. It could be something like that. I am just guesstimating here. I could be wrong, but, if I'm wrong, let me know. I'd love to, figure this out, help you better. But it could be something like that. Let's move on to the next card, your risk card here. Let's see what your journey has in store for you. So, what we were talking about 2s, right? So this is the Dum-Dum card in reverse. And to see this little boat that's going over this big ocean, he's like, oh, I like to juggle everything. Look at me. And this ship is going over and under, and this other one's going, ooh. This makes no sense. This literally makes 0 sense. It kind of talks about eternity, with the infinity symbol, because the infinity symbol is right there. If you can't see it with your eyes, you're freaking blind. And I'm already colorblind, and I can see that. So if you can't see it, you're totally blind. And I'm sorry if you are. But there's the infinity symbol right there. There's 2, the infinity. 2 people, love, Neptune, watery symbol, emotions, run high. You flipped and flopped, and then finally you're here. So in reverse, the Dum-Dum card becomes kind of a smart one, right? So this doesn't seem so crazy because, I mean, ships just going up and down on waves like that, that just looks ridiculous. And so does the guy. Who wears red and orange with green boots. I mean, what kind of idiot would do that? So anyways, this is just like going up. You know, I know it's flipped and it's like kind of a reverse with that, but it's going up, up and up and up. So this is really good. So that's awesome. So what that means is that your journey with this person, this love journey with this person, is going to go up, and you may have found your soulmate, or your flame mate, or your ice mate, or your thunder mate, or your earth mate, whatever you want to call it. You know, it could be any one of those. But seeing as how Earth is at the top, you could be an Earth mate more than a soul, or more than a flame soul mate thingy. Fire emblem. No, that's a game I have, but I will play that soon. If you guys want to come by and check it out on my channel, please come by. I will be doing that. Sorry, I won't advertise anymore, Scorpio. I'm sorry. I go off the tangent a little bit, but I mean, here's air. Here's the idiot, here's water, and here's the earth. And so it looks like you're moving through the water, you know, the air has already been there, but you're moving through the water and you're moving up to the earth. So it could be an earth mate. So whether you're dating a golem, a rock golem, a stone mite, I don't know. I know there's a lot of different angelic beings that have come down here. And some of them are crazy, and some of them are fun, and some of them are too serious, and some of them are hell-bent on destruction, but it looks like they're heavily associated with earth. There's water and earth in here, right? You know, so that's what I see with this. Let's see what your risk card is. Let's see what we can pull up with that. So Eastern United States. Oh, I like that one. So you're gonna find your soulmate in Wisconsin. I don't know. Somewhere in Eastern United States. You're going to find your soulmate, or your earth mate, I mean, here in the United States. So if we're looking at it like this, the cannon's like, boom! And the guy's like, ooh! Oh! You know, and then the dum-dum dies, and then you find your soulmate in Eastern United States because the cannon worked, and that's where it is, and this is where it's all pointing to, and all the cards are like do 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 like that, and then there you are. You and your soulmate are in the Eastern United States. So it looks like either that, or you're going to go to the ocean and just sit on the beach. I don't know. So what do we got? What do we got left? Let's look at your risk secret mission card. Look at that. Look at this guy. This guy is standing and touching and holding, and, you know, his brain juice is getting squeezed out because of the pentacles. And he's standing. What the hell is he standing on? Oh, he's in front of a city. So you have a prince or a princess or a count, a duke, a noble, a jarl, what were the other Eastern terms for that? I forgot, whatever. But you've got a guy or a girl, 4 pentacles, and this is your outcome here. So that because it's all love and all that, you got up to 4. So does this have any ties into this? So there is 6, 8, 2, and 4. And there's 2 here. So it looks like everything's going in pairs. So it looks like things are going to go in 2s. Things are going to move towards you in 2s. So this is interesting because this is, you know, I'm a Scorpio too, so I'm basically saying this for myself. So things are going to come to you in 2s, and it's going to end up with 4. So at the very end, you're going to keep thinking in pairs of 2s the whole time. It's going to end up in 4. So you're going to have 4 kids. You're going to be near or on the outskirts of a city, because this doesn't, like, I know it shows cityscape here or castlescape or something like that. But I think this what it means is that you are on the outskirts, because this looks like you're far away from it. So you're not in the city, but you're on the outskirts of the city. So you live in like a city near a big city. You live someplace like that. But everything that you went through is going to double. Is what it's saying right there. It's going to double. So it's going to 2 to 4, 6 to 8. Everything comes in 2s. Everything's looking great. So Scorpio, freaking amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let's pull, you know, I've been feeling like I need to touch the houses and hotels here, and we need to like see like what you can get off that. So I'm gonna just see what happens. You get a house, you get a hotel. What do you get? Get a house and you get a hotel. So, ooh, look at that. Look at that. So landed here, right? So I don't know if you know this, but there is, and I had it for a while, and then my Monopoly board broke. But this is a house crystallized house from a black onyx Monopoly set that was made in 2012 or 13 or whatever. But that's a house. So it's a green crystal house, and this was made by Monopoly. And I really like these houses. I wish they would made more of them. But you got a hotel too. So what it kind of tells me is that it's really cool. I hope you like that too. I like it too. But what it basically says here is that you were flip-flopping on this idea. This idea with your love life started in either a hotel or a community center or something like that, in a really crisscrossed area of ideas. You're really confused about this, right? But finding this person here with this house that lands on this person who's embarrassed by this is confirming this is the person you're going to either marry or be with or whatever, as far as what I can see. And that's what I get out of it. So Scorpio, freaking amazing. Libras, I love you too, and you're awesome. But I think this sort of turned into a love reading here, and I think Scorpio might be getting lucky. Might be getting significant other or something like that. But Scorpios, this was your reading for this. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going to close out there for the reading and all that. There's nothing else I can see, but it looks like everything's going to come in 2s. Things are going to double up. They're going to move all over the place, but you're going to end up with a person with a house, and you're going to live on the outskirts of the city. And that's looks like what's going to be, but it's going to be a big mental challenge within you. You will be successful. You're taking a leap. Literally, you're taking the leap and getting $200. Freaking amazing. All right, Scorpio. I'm going to breathe a little fire onto that, give you a little luck. You know what I think? I think the Pink Panther wants to come out and wants to watch this, because I think he's really excited. I think he's going to enjoy that. So might give us a little more luck. Let's put him on this side here. All right. So that's it, Scorpio. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you do. Hope this worked out. And if not, if this isn't a significant other, this is the least person that you're going to help establish your financial thing with. But I keep thinking this has something to do with love. So I don't know. It could be something like that. Let me know either way. Let me know in the comments below. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to move on to Sagittarius. Accordingly, I also have Sagittarius too. I have Libra and Sagittarius, so I don't know. These are kind of my favorites. I have favorites. Don't judge me. I have favorites. I don't want to. what I do. Sometimes I do. Maybe I shouldn't have favorites. Maybe that's not a good idea. You know, Sagittarius, you know, I've known a few different Sagittarius that were kind of attracted to me in a way. And I'm starting to wonder, does it have something to do with the fact that people keep thinking they're reincarnating, they're going to move into the next cycle, which is the very next one above it? So they're going to move to that cycle, and so the ones that are in that cycle look down upon the ones that they came from and like what they've come from? Is that the reason? Or is it the one that came from... The one that's going to go to the next cycle is the one that's going to like the next cycle. So it's like, if we're going to say like, oh, Libras are all going to absolutely love Scorpios, is it something with that? Or is it has to do with water? Or is it... According to what I've been able to put together, I don't know. Could be any of those reasons. I think I already shuffled it 3 times. Let's do 4 times. Just make it even. Maybe we'll do another 5 times. We'll do 5 times here. This 5 times seems about right. So I'm going to close this out with Sagittarius. This is a hell of a long reading. I'm sorry, but I had to. And so what do we got here? We've got our over-under card. We're going to do... Someone please timestamp this. Boom. Ooh. Oh, baby. So we've got the King of Wands. And what we have to do here is pull more cards, right? So I think we got to do that. Let's do Knight of Swords. Oh, that's cool. We got that one. We got that one. We got that one over there. We got all up. Okay. We have all the cards here. Let me take a quick pause here real quick. Just for no reason. Okay, so, all right. Now that we're done pausing, let's go ahead and look at this. This is freaking awesome. Which way it looks up more than up. Something like this. It's like, there we go. I think this works, right? Okay, that's pretty awesome. So you have the King of Wands. The King of Wands. I know I'm saying it like that because from an old German perspective, this would sound like a V. I do a lot of front mission games with Wanzers and stuff. All right, so I won't advertise, sorry. But if you want to check that out, I do have other videos. But either way, so I'm sorry. I'm just, I get excited. It's Sagittarius time. It's Sagittarius time. It's time for the Sagittariuses to shoot their bow and act like a big centaur. That's what it's time for. So please go ahead and get your bow and arrow and shoot. Mr. Pink Panther over there, he's happy. Like, Arr! You know, Sagittarius time. Okay, so you've got the King of Wands, which is pretty awesome. I mean, it's one of the best ones ever. I know you could say Swords is better, but King of Wands is the best because he is the peaceful king. He has the wand. So he's basically like, if you had to look at it Ninja Turtle style, which is kind of how tarot goes in a way, you've got 4 different kinds of weapons that they use or things that they hold. This is Donatello right here, right? Donatello of Ninja Turtles. Donatello of Ninja Turtles, one of the best turtles. I mean, I know other people are like, I like Mikey better, but okay. Either way, he's the smartest guy. So he has the staff, he has the rod, and he's just sitting there and he's like, yeah, everything's going good. Everything's working out pretty good. You know, there's times that I talk to some of my friends and sometimes I talk to them, I tell them like, hey man, everything's going good. And they're like, oh, okay, great. And that's really the end of the conversation. It's kind of sad. It's like some people want to hear a lot of freaking drama in order to have more conversation, but sometimes nothing really happened all that, you know, like crazy. It's like some people to talk to are just full of drama, you know. And look at the background here. What does he got? He's got 2 lions in the background. They're drawn kind of goofy though. The artist was like, well, I can't really fit the lion over there like that, so I'm gonna put the lion like this over here. And then we should probably put a lizard on the ground. Why? Because I live in Florida, or I live in a forest. next to a pond. It's one of those two reasons. I don't know. Well, actually, it's kind of drawn in a desert, so maybe that's why. Maybe dude's in a desert. But why is he in a desert? He's got a little concrete block he's standing on top of. I don't know. Whatever. It's got something to do with Donatello, the turtle, Ninja Turtle. And so he's pretty intelligent. So I'm thinking this right here. He's pretty intelligent. Your over-under is like, has to do with your brain. You know, you're thinking about your analytical side, right? And you're like, do I want to be more artistic, or do I want to be more so you can look at the Knight of Swords here, right? And what it's going to kind of say is that you're charging in with your, I think, intelligence here. And so it's like you're like this dragon, you're like, you know, flying all over the place. And so you're charging in here, right? And it's pretty good because you got this intelligence inside, and it's very powerful, and everybody can see it, you know? And so some people are going to say, hey man, stop showing off so much. So let's see what this is. This is really, it's really kind of hard to get all this, but you are at the top, you're at the pinnacle, you're the smartest person in the room, and you're just charging forward with all that knowledge. Man, this is really, really powerful. This is stupid powerful. Why are you so stupidly powerful? I don't know why. Probably you know why, but I don't know why. So anyways, let's go forward. As far as what we're going to pick here, as far as like, what are we going to pick? I don't freaking know what we can pick here. Let's roll a die. 4. Well, that doesn't give me any ideas. You know what? I just think community chance. Let's pick community chance. You know what? Maybe we'll pick them both. Pick them both. Yeah. Pick them both. Same time. Ooh. I don't know what any of this means, but let's try to figure this out. So I think this one goes there, and I think that one goes there. So let's look at yourself here. Received 25. Received 25 consultancy fee. Received 25 consultancy fee. So you have been to the therapist. Oh, I figured it out. Oh, because there's a lizard in this card. That's why. So you've been to the therapist, and dude's telling you like, hey man, you're pretty smart. And he gave you a little bonus of intelligence there. And so because of that, you're like, wow, I'm the King of Wands. And so you got, the therapist literally paid you. The therapist paid you. Now, how many people have actually gone to the therapist and have been paid by the freaking therapist? I mean, no one but you, Sagittarius. That's all I can say. You've been paid by a therapist. They told you you're smart. You got a smart butt. And so you got to use your smart butt for some smart reason. Okay, so what does this mean? Knight of Swords. So it's an attacking card. So what do we got here? Advance to St. Charles Place. If you would pass, go collect $200. So that looks pretty good. So the St. Charles Place on the Monopoly board is a purple. Is it, well, traditionally, since I'm colorblind, I'm just going to say there is a dark purple and a light purple. So this is what I'm going to say. This is a dark purple place. So you could be thinking about your chakra, because we're talking about intelligence, right? So that could kind of deal with it. St. Charles isn't one of the best places on the Monopoly board, but it is a good place to hold if you gain a Monopoly for it. If you pass, if you've done this before, you're going to get money off this. It's going to be good, because typically getting $200 in Monopoly is a very good thing to have. It's one of the best things ever, really, truly. So it's one of the best payouts you can get. And so you take advantage of what your therapist told you. You're like a smart butt. You know, your therapist is like, man, you're a smart ass. Go out and, you know, do what you want to do with your ideas. And you're like, whoa, Knight of Swords. Whoa. You know, you go out there, you attack everything. You're like, rah. Oh, crap. The fire fell out. Ooh, maybe that's a sign the fire fell out of the dragon's mouth. Maybe you proverbially lost a bit of your fire, and this is why. You know, maybe that's why. It could be why. I don't know. So it's probably why. But here's the thing. So you went out on a full-scale assault because your therapist told you were a smartass. And if you've done this before, you're going to profit probably. So this is awesome. This is freaking awesome. This is truly awesome. I thought the Scorpio one was awesome. Scorpio one is pretty awesome because you're probably finding your earth mate. You know, I was going to say soulmate, you know, but that kind of deals with wind or ether or the ether or the nothingness or the other element that isn't air, which is literally, I think which I think is kind of true. I think there are 5 elements really. And it's just, it's a non-seeable element. Non-seeable element. And so anyways, so you take this you are literally going out of your mind. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but you've literally gone off your mind. The therapist taught you were a genius, and you're like, yeah, you know, and you go out St. Charles Place and you gain all this intelligence, your chakra blooms and explodes, and you get all this purple stuff in your head. And then you're just super, you know, knowledgeable, right? So that, I think that means that. If I'm wrong, please let me know. I'm an amateur at this, but I feel like I've gained a little bit of introspective, and I feel like we've really come a long way here. This is really cool. I like this. So let's go ahead and pick the other card. So this is the Empress again, but I feel like it has to be this way. It's Empress in reverse. So the Empress in reverse is like just sitting back. And you know what's cool? You know, I want to say like what is not very good. I wish the camera, please, camera, please. Thank you. Focus. There we go. All right. So you've got the Empress here, right? So the Empress is in reverse. The Empress is kind of a lazy woman, just kind of just, oh, I don't really want to do anything. And you've got this Knight of Swords here who's like, you know, I'm really thinking about a lot of stuff, and you know, I'm making things work. So it's kind of the balance between this. You got all this energy, and you're going off this crazy idea. Your other person is like, I don't know about that. So the other person is a little iffy about your crazy ideas that you have. And so I can understand that. You know, because you have a significant other and they come up with this crazy idea and they're like, you know, let's just go over here and just get rid of all of our stuff. And you're like, yeah, about that. I don't know if that's the best idea. So your significant other is a little worried. I think they're worried about you because you've probably gone off the deep end. But it looks like it's going to be a pretty good outcome so far. If you've already have done something like this before and you've already succeeded, you probably can succeed again. Now, is it amazing? St. Charles Place is the purple, the dark, deep purple color. It's not the most amazing, but it is a profit. It is a profit. It just depends on how you look at things, really. It truly is. So what is she about? This looks like... I don't know what to say with the Empress. I think we should pick a crazy eights and an Uno card, right? What do you say? I'll give you like 5 seconds to decide. Oh, sorry. Ah, crap, I bent the card. All right, so let's decide. Okay, let's make a decision here. So let's pick Uno and the Crazy Eights. How about that? Because we're going to pick 2 of these cards. This is going all over the place. Your energy is just everywhere. It's insane. You might be insane. You might literally be insane. You might be in an asylum right now watching this going, wow, how did you figure this out? So I will try to help you my best, okay? So what does this say? She's just like looking at him like, well, look at my little rod here. That's all I have on my little seat with my heart. I got a rod and a heart. And the King of Wands is like, I don't know about that. I mean, I've got this rod and I've got a cool background and a little lizard just sitting around here, and I'm feeling pretty good. So you're feeling pretty good. Other person, maybe not so much. Boom! What do we got? Ooh, this is... Wait, I already picked this card. What do we got? I already picked that card too. Did I not shuffle? Maybe I didn't shuffle. Ah, crap. I gotta shuffle, don't I? So, never mind that card on the floor. I thought I shuffled, but apparently I didn't. I have so many cards to shuffle. I'm sorry. I have to try and do something with that. So, I already saw that card. And I saw that one too. I just shuffled. How many times I got to shuffle? There. Saturn. That was the one that we had to pick. So, what ends up happening is that she's associated with Saturn, which is associated with Satan, which is associated with Santa Claus. And it switches around. So she will switch her sides. She will switch the sides, right? So it's not so big of a deal. It's kind of good, but it's she'll switch sides. So she was down. So what this says, she's 6. So Santa Claus, Saturn, the bad man, whatever associated with this, this will flip. So it'll still say 6, but it'll be in reverse. And your card here will flip to her, so she'll be on her. So your ridiculously stupid idea, which is completely stupid, and everybody knows it was, is going to probably make a profit. Maybe not the most profit, but some kind of a profit, and it's going to make her happy. So she's going to be like, oh, I'm actually kind of happy now because I've got this rod and I've got a nice chair and this person here, Now I feel happy because I don't know why. So that's kind of what happens there. Let's move on to your risk card here. That's your journey card. Let's see what happens there. Ooh, nope. I felt I had to spin it. Ooh, I like this card. So, I just wanted to test the audio. So anyways, what do we got here? So, like I showed before earlier, we have the beggar card here. So what do we got? Sorry. What do we got here? We've got the beggar card. We've got, what's his face? Yeah, it's the beggar card. So this is the 6 of Pentacles. We got the beggar card here. And camera, please. Please, camera. A focus. There we go. That's all I got to say is a focus, and it works. So you've got this beggar card, and these 2 little beggars are like, oh, please, sir, red robes, man, please give me some peas. And and the rich merchant is like, oh, yes, servant, little slave boy, I will give you some peas. Here, have some peas because I'm balanced and you're not. And the other little guy in the blue robe is like, oh, please, sir, I also deserve some peas. And the baron guy is like, I'm sorry, but you wear blue, and that's opposed to my color. I will not give you any peas. This balance scale only works for one side. And so what ends up happening is, that sounds really harsh, and I'm sorry it does, but you have to choose the color of the side you're going to be on in order to make this work. And so you're going to have this robber baron here. This is a robber baron. He's holding the scales as a joke. It's bullshit. So he is holding it as a joke. He doesn't do anything just. He gives to one person and nothing to the other. That's literally what it's showing right there. So this is going to flip around because of your idea, but you got to recognize whose side you're going to be on in order to get those P's. So you can, make your significant other happy. You can make your crazy idea work. Unfortunately, it's going to leave one person with no P's. So if you have no P's, guess what? You're blue. I can't believe it. You're blue. You're blue. You're blue right there. See? You're blue. So you have to choose a side. If you don't choose the right side, you're going to be blue. What is it going to be, Lady Luck? Because I haven't been saying it this whole time, but I've been feeling it. I've been thinking of. I've been pushing the energy into it the whole time as like a big, Kamehameha wave ball of energy and all that. I've been trying to push that. So what is the energy so far? What does the energy say? Like, what do you need to have in order to get the P's from the robber baron? Because this is where your success comes from. This is not something that I would go for because I think this is kind of a crappy way to do things, but maybe this is the way you do things. So let's go ahead and let's put a risk card here. So we've got Eastern Canada. So your success with staying on the virtuous side is going to be around Canada, Eastern Canada. So that's really interesting, honestly. That is really interesting. Eastern Canada. So if you don't already, if you have troops, if you own Eastern Canada, you can place an extra reinforcement troop on Eastern Canada. That is what you're allowed to do for reinforcement side, and you can do that. But other than that, I don't know what else to say. So you're going to pick a side. You're going to pick a side, and you're going to choose with the side that it's going to give more to you. And it's unfortunately going to leave somebody in the cold. Your significant other is going to be happy, though. So it's really not a virtuous thing. It's just a crazy thing that came out of literally your therapist office. Your therapist, you talked with them, and they helped you get the idea, and bam, there you go. So that's kind of what happened with that. That's just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So let's see what your outcome card and finish this up here. Look at that. So this is what happens. Two of Swords. So you were doing Pentacles, you're doing magic, you were doing, the Empress and the King of Wands and, the freaking Knight of Swords. So it starts off with a crazy idea, goes through the swords, goes through the whole thing, the whole spiel, and ends up with the Two of Swords being blinded, or at least you are feeling like you don't understand what's going on, and you got two swords in your hand. So what it basically means is that you're going to take some introspective into your life here, even after all that. I wasn't trying to touch the Uno card. Maybe I need to bring another Uno card up? No, I have to pull from here. So I'm just going to close my eyes and just shuffle this and just pull up a card of some kind. See if this has something to do with this. Oriental Avenue. All right, so that's something to do with Oriental Avenue. I don't know what it means. Must mean something, though. But maybe it has something to do with a train. Maybe you're in a train of thought. Ooh, you're in thought. Oriental. Taking the Oriental train. You're in a train of thought. You're trying to figure this out. Maybe you're trying to come to a good perspective here. Because you just went crazy with this whole idea, and it turned around your significant other, and they were like, oh, that's really cool. I think we'll go ahead with that. And then you had to pick a side, and it just kind of made you go within here. So maybe you feel like you did something bad and you don't want to get the karma off this, but the way things went, now they're just kind of propelling forward. You need to take an inside interior perspective. There's a little moon there, which that's kind of what that means. And I think that's what that comes down to. Let's see your secret mission card here. Let's see what that has to say. Okay, secret mission is occupy 24 territories of your choice. So you just have to keep moving forward. Usually the secret missions kind of talk about all kinds of stuff. So they talk about like conquer this, conquer that, blah, blah, blah. This one's just very generic. No, it's general. Yes, that's general. So you just have a very general interior perspective as to what you're supposed to do with life. And it's just a very simple thing. This was all literally just like a shotgun kind of idea, a shotgun, boom, 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 just do this, blah, blah, blah. You know, and then your significant other's like, I don't know about that. And she's like, oh, maybe. But then you had to make some serious choices, and then you affected somebody else, you know, put them into the blue. And now you're feeling blue because of, you know, your ideas and what happened. So that's kind of where you are this month, Sagittarius. This is crazy. I am very sorry, but yet I'm not sorry. This is kind of what happened with you. And so I think you're just going to have to try to come up with an idea, solution that doesn't like give you the, because I think this is where you're coming for. Sorry, that doesn't sound right. This is where you're coming to, is that you're at a crossroads here. You know, this is all just, this is balanced. This is, I don't know. I'm balancing myself, but this is like, I'm going to decide between the two. And this is where you're have two choices and it's all within you, right? But this is all knowledge here, right? So you did something and you're teeter-tottering back and forth on the scales and you're trying to decide where to go. So that's all I can really tell you. The only thing I can say is that all the stuff that you've done so far to lead you to this point, all the excited boom, boom, boom kind of is going to put you back inside and make you think about things. Can you be successful? Probably, possibly. You know, is the success for this idea that amazing? Maybe in a mental perspective, in a physical perspective, it's kind of successful, but not as super successful as maybe you imagined. But it is kind of successful because this is deep purple. So if you're thinking about this in an introspective way and this all comes back to this, then you're going to be thinking within yourself and you'll become a higher source of yourself. So maybe at that point, you can figure out how to balance this a little bit easier. Is your significant other going to turn this way? Yes. She's going to eventually turn this way. So this could be a really good positive thing for you. It could be. It very well could be. But at the end of it, maybe instead of going to the end of it, start thinking about it now and think about it now. Gain introspective now, and you might make this a little more successful than it's showing here. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave some likes on YouTube. I would like to see that. Yeah, so I'm pretty much an amateur at this, and I hope you enjoyed it. But, you know, typically you're going to see more strategy videos on my channel. And so that sort of thing is going to play out more. But this is a kind of fun thing to do. And I don't know if if you got any comments or whatever, please leave me some of that in the section down below. And I'd love to hear your perspective as to if I was close or completely on point with what's going on or what's going to happen. But as far as like, if we're just going to close this out, I'm just going to go ahead and close this out and throw some dice. And this will probably include, I'm going to throw some dice. And this will include everybody that's here. So this will be a number that will be your introspective number for this month. But let me put some of this stuff away so that's not in the way. I can easily throw the die, no interruptions. and all that. So I'll leave you with that, and then I'll just shut the video down and go on about your day, whatever that would be. Whether you're going to sleep or going to whatever. So I'm going to throw out 3 red dice here. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 8, 9. So 9 has something to do with this reading here tonight. So I don't know if you can figure something out from that, but if you do, let me know, and I will leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.